describe Wyatt was generous, had a huge heart.
Mm-hmm.
And
Honoring. He liked to be funny.
yeah. He liked to play games and
He liked to be
joke.
the funny guy.
Yeah.
He was
Good for him.
fun.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see all of the personality that we wanted to see because he had to grow up. And he had to make all of these decisions, and he had to see all these things that a kid shouldn't have to see. Cash talks about real Wyatt versus cancer Wyatt. There's the things that are central to Wyatt, like his heart and his humor. And then there are things we never really got to know. We really didn't think there was anything major wrong with Wyatt. And he was tired, very tired, by 7 o'clock at night, and he would start to kind of slur his speech, and we would actually tease him a little bit about it when he was tired.
Yeah.
And he told us he fell one day at school, and he was starting to not pay attention to things.
A couple weeks before diagnosis, I had a day at work where I could bring him with me, and he fell at work, and he was really embarrassed about it. But there was so much to look at, I really didn't think anything of it. And then one time he fell outside, and there was a little bit of mud on the ground, so I thought, he's just being a little clumsy. And then he fell inside the kitchen, and I thought he was running around wearing socks on a hardwood floor. I just kind of chalked it up.
And he was actually, sometimes when we would be walking, he would reach for my hand.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really odd. I remember talking to Jason about it, like maybe he's insecure about school or something. And so enough of it built up over a few weeks, like 4 weeks probably. And it just, everything apart was no big deal, but if you put everything together, then we were really concerned. We thought he had an inner ear infection, something like that. And so we made an appointment the day that we had decided to take him to the doctor. It was a Monday, and over the weekend we had said, you know what, we are taking him to the doctor.
Get him checked out.
Get him checked out. Let's fix this. And that morning he was getting ready for school, and I was in the other room putting on my makeup, and I heard a thud. And I came in to the dining room where he was sitting on the dining room chair and putting on his shoes, and he had lost his balance sitting on a chair trying to tie his shoe. He fell off the chair. And so we just went to the doctor immediately. No, did an MRI overnight, and at midnight Wyatt was sleeping, and they came in and told us he had a tumor. And it wasn't until the next day that they called us into a room and told us that it was terminal, and there was nothing they could do at that hospital. And we had two options, and we had to act very fast. He come back home for once.
Yeah.
Super Sam. I had seen the signs and the logos and the Dairy Queen days, and I honestly didn't know very much about Super Sam because I think people protect themselves by not paying as much attention as they otherwise good people would, you know, and I get that. But I honestly, I don't know what we would have done during those first weeks. We were at the hospital, and we were taking a family picture because Amanda had brought the dogs to see Wyatt before he had to leave. And here comes Cassie and Sarah. And I didn't know you, and you had really thought about us and Cash Wyatt and gave us care packs. And those were important, but the most important thing was being able to text at 2 a.m. to someone who understands. And without Super Sam to hold our hands and help us navigate, we would have felt so much more lost. Because it is a world unto its own,
Yes, it is.
dealing with childhood cancer. And it's not just the doctors, it's navigating how you're going to pay for something, how you're going to make your mortgage, how you are going to take care of your child that doesn't have cancer. And for someone to get that and to actually be just aggressive enough to say you really are going to need this help,
Yes.
to make us listen, we will be forever grateful. I don't know what we would have done without you guys. I still don't know what we would do. Ava. Cash lights up when he sees Ava. And all the kids that have helped. And just being able to do something else, because now Wyatt's gone and there's a hole. And just being able to give blood and help and do something. Even to share our story is something. And I don't know what we would have done without Super Sam. And there's so much to say. And there's so much to say about Wyatt. But we have told his story. And we'll tell it every day. I mean, that's one of our favorite subjects, right? But everyone asks us and everyone tells us that we're so strong.
Yeah.
And we're brave. And we don't know how. We don't know how we do it.
After the doctors walk in and tell you a diagnosis, you don't have that choice to be strong or not anymore. It's out the window. And I guess that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, we had dozens of people come, oh, you're so strong.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see how you guys do it. I don't know how we did it either.
You don't have a choice.
You're kind of on autopilot a lot, and you do what you have to do for your children.
And you take care of your babies.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't want this. We didn't want Wyatt to be sick. We didn't want to lose him. We don't want Cash to be going through all of the pain that he's going through. And Jason and I and Cash all have ongoing physical symptoms.
Yep.
And we don't choose this. We're strong because we don't have a choice. And when you're fighting, you put it on for your kid because your kid is what matters. Your kids are what matters. And you only have so much time, so you can't waste it crying.
So I guess what we want people to know is take 5 minutes. 5 minutes all it takes. And really stop and think what a diagnosis like this, not necessarily a cancer like Wyatt's,
Not necessarily terminal.
but just a diagnosis like this. What would it do to your family? That's what I want people to know.
Yeah.